We're practicing our party routine. All right, instead of stringing miles of audio cable around the house or buying an MP3 appliance, you know what, Leo?
We could have all these boxes on our table.
No normal human being would have all these boxes on their table.
I hope not.
We can only
My
hope
wife
not.
would kill me.
I don't even have a wife, but someone's wife would come over
killed.
and slap me silly. All right, there's a reason we got all this stuff up here. We've had a lot of stuff, a lot of pre-made MP3 players. We have the Rio receiver, the Slim P3, which is really cool, network-based. You plug it into your Ethernet network, you play files from some other server on your house. We showed Snow Crash, which can remote control Winamp. You know what? You don't need to do any of this.
These are standalone MP3 players for your home, like components that would go in your stereo system is the idea.
Exactly. To be honest with you, you're going to need to get a can of black spray paint, or you're going to need to do something like...
Unless you have beige stereo equipment.
Unless you have beige stereo equipment, where we've got a PC case all the way over here that's actually a black PC case you can build it into. We're going to start low rent, though.
Okay, cheap. You said $0.
$0 is either begging, borrowing. We don't normally steal on the screensavers.
This was pretty old. This is a 46,
This is old
right?
46. It'll barely play it. It's a 46, 66.
That's the minimum?
With a whopping 16 megabytes of RAM. I would say the minimum is a 46 DX100 or at least a Pentium 100.
This was an old computer that our IT department had. These were used as servers or something.
And before that, they were used by ZD Labs to do network testing.
And these are the things that are landing up in that landfill. So there are plenty of these out there.
There are plenty of these out there. There's cheap. I actually picked up for a whopping total of $11. Like a Pentium-based, a dual Pentium-based system from I don't know where, and another 46.
eBay would have them. Lots of places
would have them. Garage sales will have them.
So how can we turn this into an MP3 player?
You can barely, if you have to run in Windows, you can just barely run Sonic.
Sonic, which is a
Windows-based
software.
MP3 player.
Why Sonic instead of Winamp?
I tried Winamp. I couldn't get Winamp to run, no matter how I changed the settings on a system with that little power.
And this is Windows 95?
It's Windows 95 running here. Again, a whopping 16 megabytes of RAM.
Obviously, you need a sound card for the output.
You're going to need a sound card.
Does it matter what kind?
Blaster. And I would get a Sound Blaster simply because if you're going to do this in DOS, and if you have a system that slow, you're going to probably be running a program called DAMP, which is a DOS MP3 player, or MX Play, which is another DOS MP3 player. You're going to have to create a DOS boot disk, and you're going to have to remember this.
Yeah.
I forgot how much I hate setting up
environment variables for the sound
how to exec that bat file, and it's just criminally irritating to set all this up.
But you can do it.
But you know what? I'd wait. Instead of getting the 486 machine, I'd wait until I found a cheap Pentium machine.
Because then you can run Windows no hassle.
We'll click over a couple, and it actually starts to look kind of interesting.
Where's my, which mouse is...
That's Belkin.
Belkin over to, which one are we going to run?
Who's Belkin you?
One's going to sleep.
There we go.
Oh, it's playing. It stopped. Now, how do I get it started? Okay.
We'll show that in there. We actually have this is basically, I believe it's a 400 megahertz K6 system.
Okay.
You can pick up this chip for about $3, assuming anybody's actually still selling them. It'll work on like a 200 megahertz Pentium. And what it's doing here is auto launch. You get the usual Winamp display. Set this.
Hey, that's pretty good frame rate, though. That does not look bad. That is That is a Pentium how fast a Pentium?
This is a K6 400.
K6 that's right. You said K6 400.
P200 will work like this. P133 will work pretty much. The visualization gets tough the slower the system you go. But a P200 or better should be able to give you all the nice visualization. So you set it up in a corner.
I like it.
You load it up. You load up all your songs on it. You put a playlist. Let it go.
And just sit in your lazy boy and never move again.
Well, you know.
Let me ask you, though, the one thing that I like about these old, low, slow computers is the fans can be quieter. I hear a lot of noise coming out of this because it's got a big old fan on it.
Well, the thing, it's got a fan on the back, but you can actually put an older. Actually, the one you hear is that one.
Oh, that was so the old one was noisy.
The old one was noisy. A lot of the Pentium actually, they had passive fans. They don't even have a fan on the processor.
Because you don't want to have a lot of noise coming out of your stereo.
You can spend $5-6 to get a big, what they call biscuit fan that's spinning at low RPMs. That'll pull the air out of the back. And the truth is, you don't even need much of that.
So you're not working this thing that hard. You're just playing back music. All right.
No, it's good stuff. This, I think, we can put together for about $20, $25 if you scrounge. Hit the garage sales, hit the flea markets.
Hey, many people have in their attic or basement something like that.
I bet a lot of people have in their attic.
This actually was we should mention, a reference system that AMD sent us when the K6 400 came out.
A long time ago.
This was a very expensive system, and now it's worth about $40.
Well, I've got a Cyrix 266. It's worth even less than that. Amazing. I've got some old 90 megahertz Pentium.
You can recycle it and do something great.
Yeah, and you know what? The other thing is, like, the thing we didn't do here is the finishing touches. Basically, spray the thing black, turn it on its side.
Okay. You still want to have the CD player and stuff like that so you can rip more music on it?
I would not rip music on anything slower than a gigahertz machine.
Okay.
You know
so
why?
Rip it on your main system.
Because it takes forever. Rip it on your main system, transfer it over to this system.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Would you want a zip drive on here, or how are you going to get
I'd rather do it by Ethernet.
So connect up a network cable. So you'd want a network card. Ideally, have a network card in here.
If you want to do it really fast, you just drag the hard drive out of this one, take it to the other system, transfer it, then it'll be really fast.
That's really fast.
Again, this is homebrew. All right, finally, We got the
This is the high end.
yeah,
the
the
$400.
Yoshi and Joshua special.
I like it.
They found this beautiful little silver case.
Beautiful.
Actually,
that's right.
we have a whole stack of nice cases over here. This is if you're going to start spending money.
Okay.
We're back when you get a DVD drive, you get a fast processor.
They got a shuttle-based system for $250.
$250 included the case. And actually, what's interesting about this, I'm going to turn this around and hopefully not horrible things are going to happen. Would you like to hold a wireless keyboard,
I'd be
Leo?
glad to. Thank you.
So when I turn this around, take a look at the back of this. This thing was basically already configured. It's got audio on the motherboard. Not my favorite quality of audio on the motherboard, but it's in there.
As long as it's 16-bit audio, I think you'd probably be all right.
Oops. Sorry about that.
He's putting the fan right on.
But you'll basically see the Ethernet's built in, the audio's built in, and the television out's built in.
And the bare bones system minus a hard drive was $250. You'd want to add a hard drive.
You're
But
gonna need
those
a
are
hard
cheap
drive.
these days.
Yeah, you get a cheap
little more
one.
RAM. How much RAM is the minimum to do this?
I'll be honest with you, I think we're running on 64 megabytes in this system.
In the K6?
32 is a good starting point.
As long as Windows can run, in other words, you're okay.
Again, the 486 was 16 megabytes of RAM.
Now, I noticed this thing. What does this do?
This is the gyration. This came out a long time ago. It's a gyro-based, so basically, whoops, see if we can manage to.
It's a mouse.
It's
a
a
mouse
mouse,
in a
well,
remote
it's-
control size shape.
Exactly.
And we're controlling the TV over here with it.
So we're turning it over, and we've got our Winamp set up, but
but that's nice, because then you could switch to video 3 on your big screen display,
right.
turn on Winamp, launch the music, get the visualizations on there, or
And
go
we've got
back to Wide World of Sports. You're going to be happy.
We've got a DVD player built into this. We've got DVD. We've got web browsing.
Really?
We've got Winamp on this.
Altogether, how much do you think?
Boy, $250 for the basic, $200 for the really slick
that's
wireless
expensive.
mouse and
And
keyboard.
a hard drive going to be another $150. So, but I do like the wireless keyboard, because you can. This is like web TV too.
But you can get a wireless keyboard, like, I got a wireless mouse from CompUSA for under $20,
Right.
like $19.
$70 if you get the wonderful Logitech wireless mouse and keyboard, so you don't have to spend a whole lot of money.
Yeah, but if you want the really slick, gyroscope based.
Now, I am hoping and I am counting on the fact that on the website you have put a list, like a shopping list of all this stuff, because this all went very quickly.
Put down a basic guidelines.
What you need.
I'd love it if somebody. It would be great if a Linux Maven came out, did like a floppy disk installation of Linux, and would detect all the basic.
That's not going to be that hard.
I don't have the Linux chops to do it, but I'm calling to you out there, somebody with the mad Linux chops, put together a bootable Linux.
I like that
disk.
better, because I don't have to restart the machine. It'll run for years.
Well, the other thing is, or you boot it in DOS or leave it in Windows. Chances are, if you don't change anything, it'll
guess
stay
nothing's
running
gonna
for
change.
about forever. And if you use Winamp, get a program called Resume, which saves all your settings in case it does crash or you set it down,
Like
it'll automatically restart wherever you were.
All the details where?
Screensavers.com.